Hey, welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Especially on this channel where I like to go deep. We look at everything. We look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes along with everything else. Now, if you enter into winning a free raving with me, if you want to, because you like this video so much, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and you have to write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always the first card that I pull out, the word on that first card. And it's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. That's important when you're looking at the shadows and the spiritual blocks. Now, also know that anything of any importance or relevance to the channel you'll find in the description box. If you're connected to a Virgo or any other zodiac, you can check out my Virgo channel or my Psychic Soul Healer, every zodiac channel. All right, let's see what the word of the video is. I want to thank all my new subscribers and old subscribers, all your likes, shares, and subscribes. I really appreciate it. I read every one of your comments and I love them. Keep them coming. All right, let's see. Let's see. I want to pull out. Okay, well, three cards came out, and that's like, wow. Wow, I feel like it's too many. But I'm going to say impatient. You're going to write that word in your comment bar because I'm automatically feeling that energy. I'm going to use, actually, I'm going to use all of them. Knowledge, lies, and resentment. So you can feel like, again, you can write all of these or you can write just one of these words in your comment bar. So I feel like you're in separation from someone right now where I feel like you're both like, I'm over this waiting. I'm over it. This person's finally getting to a place where they're like starting to lose it. And because they're realizing that you're not coming back. And this again, the knowing. This is his ESP, soulmate, connection, past life connection. There's a very strong spiritual connection. And when you have a strong spiritual connection with someone, there is a strong ESP connection. That's through the heart and mind. It's how, you know, we transcend time and space. That love transcends time and space. And you recognize this person. This person recognized you. Again, due to that, you know, that deja vu feeling, that feeling like home when you first met this person. So there's a very strong feeling, but due to their lies and creating illusions, and I feel like when this person met you, they pretended that they were single, 100% single, and they weren't. I also feel like this person made it sound like they didn't care at all about their ex, that they didn't like have any feelings. Like they shaded it almost like almost like they were a trapped prisoner in this place and they couldn't wait to get out. And that wasn't 100% true because when push came to shove, I feel like this person lingered. This person lingered because they felt obligated. They felt bad. So there's this energy again where they know that you have resentment towards them and you're like, you have resentment, Scorpio, because you're like, if you're really my person, then you should have, been true to me. Instead, you lied to me and you created the illusion and you gave to somebody else. And so this person knows that you know that. And that's why I feel like they were waiting for you to come back because they're majorly embarrassed. Because I don't feel like, I feel like they had invested with this person for a long time. There was a lot of resentment. The relationship really was over. It's just this person has been guilted for a long time. They've been manipulated a long time. And what this person didn't tell you is, that relationship that they were in was like they were working through the end of it. They weren't 100% honest. And I feel like they did that to kind of make sure that you didn't go anywhere. So it was almost like they were somewhere else taking care of their business that they felt like was more important while they kind of kept you on hold. They feel like they felt like you were stronger than the person that they were once connected to. So this is the underlying energy, like again, that they're impatient, waiting for you to come back. The strong ESP connection, they can feel like you're over it. Again, they can feel like you're mad. And they know why. It's because of their lies and their illusions. And so the thing too is, I feel like you look back on certain things like that you didn't really notice before. Like you knew, I don't want to say you didn't notice, you noticed like them not really being around or not being 100% direct with you, leaving information out of their story. Like there was things that intuitively like you picked up on, but I feel like you didn't have any concrete evidence. And being that you didn't have any concrete evidence, you were like, well, again, the connection held water, that feeling. But this person, I feel like the whole time you just felt like they weren't giving you anything, that they were there, but they weren't really there, if that makes sense. Like they were there, but they were still holding back, I should say. Like it was obvious. So I'm trying to get these cards out. Let's see, because I want to use these cards and then these cards and then the other cards. I want to see again in a hurry. Again, like that they were always rushing around. You could feel that they were completely overwhelmed with, and it was because again, they knew that they weren't being 100% honest. And so there was always a sense, like I said, that you didn't really feel like they were giving you 100%, almost like they were trying to like fit you in, where like they were holding back, and they were. And I feel like it's because it was also a very emotional ending that I feel like that this person didn't really expect. I feel like there was so much resentment in the past relationship that they were really the whole time they're like, well, I'm not with this person. I don't care about this person. I'm already gone from this person. We're getting a divorce. We're getting a separation. The person's moving out. Whatever it is, it's going to be over. But then again, when the time came, it's like they felt bad. They didn't realize that they were going to have nostalgia. They didn't realize that, you know, this person was going to like have like distraught feelings of it ending, and it affected them as well. So it was like all of a sudden they were trying to do the right thing, but I feel like in doing the right thing for the wrong person almost. And again, where it's this person also feels that they were doing it because that they were not stable. And that's the thing, is you were like, you didn't give me a stable foundation because you were not stable. And they were not stable because I feel like, again, the separation was a lot more turbulent than what this person suspected. It was like, we hated each other the whole time, so I don't understand why, you know, why this person again is having a heart attack, that it's ending. That's how your person was. Like it's like it was dormant, but what it was a whole lot of resentment that was not spoken about. And now that it was finally ending, it was like, all the pain that was suppressed over the whole course of the relationship, when your person was saying that the relationship was over and acting like it was over, and the other person trying to hang on, trying to make it work. And now, like you said, I feel like your person was like, is not emotionally intelligent, first of all, and they were in a connection with somebody that did everything within the connection. And so now that they were leaving, there's a little bit of payback. So that's the instability. And because I think that their relationship was always very codependent. And I have a feeling if a person does that, blaming, blaming fate. So again, almost like your recent spirit for not giving you a person purpose. So it's almost like this person is like again blaming, not blaming themselves, but blaming like the other person, blaming like they're acting like they weren't in control of their destiny when the truth of the matter is were in control. They didn't think about you. They thought about the other person because of guilt. Was there manipulation? Yes, but you have to realize that this person held back from you and gave to the other person. And that created like a lot of confusion. It created a lot of confusion because again, why am I doing it for this person? Well, they were being manipulated into doing it for the other person. They wanted to do the right thing. They wanted to end it on the right terms. They never suspected the other person to be manipulative and play games and really create fireworks about it ending. But I feel like, the other person did. And in that, um, they were trying to like accommodate. But in that, they didn't realize how much time had gone by. And then I feel like they did get a little confused, like because they were giving. And guilt a lot of times feels like love, unfortunately, especially to a person that's not emotionally intelligent and that is leaving. And when they leave this situation, they're not going to be stable, not 100% stable. So again, and then not dealing with it. So it's like they disappeared. They didn't know what to say, they didn't know what to handle, and then they like again, they kind of went into avoidant mode and suppressed their emotions where I feel like they drank, they smoked. It's like because it's like what could they do? They didn't really want to be there, but they felt obligated to be there. They were guilted to be there. They, I feel like they were trying to do damage control, thinking that they would leave with a lot, with a lot more than they actually are leaving with if they just left a little bit nicer. But, that karma did not have any plans of that connection ever ending ever. And I don't care whether you said whether you say, well, they were getting a divorce or but this person, again, the karmic is like, I own you. I own you because I put up with your shit for however long that they did. It's like I was there for you. I was still helped do everything where I acted like we were a couple, even though you didn't give to me, even though the whole time you were telling other people that you were not with me, that I was a pain in the ass and you didn't like me, you still had me doing everything. Whether this was a guy that was still going off to work and paying for half, or whether it was a woman that was still working, but like raising like kids or cleaning the house and taking care of those type things. This person is like feels jilted. They almost would have been happier, like instead staying in that situation. So the guilt that your person all of a sudden felt, it's like it's that, but they didn't want to stay there. So what they did was they didn't deal with anybody. They just checked out. So that's why they ghosted. They didn't know how to handle the situation. And again, knowing that I'm going to be judged any which way I go, no one's going to like what I did here. I can't please anyone. Like, and that's the problem. Your person didn't do what they wanted to do. They wanted to be with you, but due to like again feeling guilted and being manipulated and you know, I feel like they didn't know what to do. And then what wound up happening is it's like it's just this person wound up like in like a dry spell, like they just didn't get, it's like they weren't getting anything from you. You didn't call them, you didn't come after them, you didn't go looking for them, which is actually the best thing that you could have done for this person, whether you're going to be with them or not be with them, because they were really able to see what the karmic was all about after a while, where they didn't see what the karmic was about in the beginning. They didn't see the manipulation. And so, you know, it's like they weren't getting from you, they weren't getting really from that karmic either, because they didn't want to be with a karmic, but the karmic was like, you know, had enough, everybody had enough. And now your person is like in a place of enough. And I feel like you're like at a place of like enough with this. It's like you need to make a decision, and you need to make a decision either now or it's going to be never. Because again, your person's getting really impatient, you're getting impatient, and the karmic is getting impatient, because I feel like your person was like, well, I'm not going to leave because I don't really know how to deal with this. I'm going to have that karmic throw me out. I'm just going to check out, not do anything, not deal with you, not deal with you, because I feel guilted and I don't want to be judged, because either way, no matter what I do, I'm going to look bad. So I'm going to let this person do all of it. They're going to throw me out. They're going to end it with me. And so it's again, the karmic's getting impatient. So again, your person was right, because they're not giving that karmic anything. It's again, the karmic thought, well, I'll just hold you up and play games. And, that's your person was like, fine, I'm just, I'll be here, but I'm not going to do anything. But then the thing is, they also didn't do anything for you, because they knew that they couldn't come towards you and really offer you anything, or come to you and have this thing attached, this person attached to them. It's like they knew the relationship wasn't going to work. So they just like waited it out. And that's why it's again that karmic was like, well, I'm going to wait. And guess what? I'm going to wait a long time, so that by the time they come to whoever is there, because they don't know that it's you, they don't know who you are, they just know that there has to be someone for your person not to like cave, not to. So it's like, I know eventually, like they're going to like just, I'll get my way, because I believe that karmic's been down this road before, just it's never been this threatening. They've always been able to manipulate the situation back. I got a very similar story not too long ago about this same exact types incident, and it's just a lot more detailed now. So it's almost like it said, your person at this point is like really had enough, because they're like, I know I'm being manipulated at this point. Like, you don't guilt me anymore. I don't feel bad for you. You're not the damsel in distress that you pretend to be, or the danzo in distress. You don't need me. You're not going to guilt me. You're not holding me up, where the karmic was like, I'm going to hold you up so that it takes forever, so that the person, that whoever is waiting for you, is going to be mad, because they're going to know that you were not with them, that you had to be with someone else. And so it was like a real manipulative thing. That's why your person has had enough, because they finally realized, where you're like been sitting there the whole time and you're like, I've had enough for a while now. I'm really fucking pissed off, because it's been like this for a long time, which was the whole point that the karmic wanted again. And what it is that um, I feel like you called their bluff. And I also feel like the karmic, like, but did lied all the time. But I think your person is going to, like, in the end, call that karmic's bluff, which is like, again, it's almost like this triangle. That is why your person is also afraid to contact you, because they they created a triangle without meaning to create a triangle. It was like, I like you and I know I'm going to get out. They just, or I'm out, like, but I'm gonna get my apartment. I'm gonna do this. Like it was over. They were just in the process of, you know, setting up their life so that they were going to be free, when I feel like this karmic played games. And that's really what it is. It's like the karmic called was like, I'm going to like call your bluff. You say that you're leaving. You say that I can't make you stay. I feel like they did something with the money. They did something with the house. Again, remember, when your person is leaving, they're leaving and not going to be really that stable. They're leaving with maybe just the clothes on their back. So it's like, you know, in the end, everybody knows that that your person like looks like they lied, but they didn't lie, you know? It's that that's what they really thought. And they know what it looks like. And that's why they're like, I don't even know what to say. I didn't even know how to deal with the situation at this point, because it got so bad, because they did never saw this karmic playing so many games. And they never thought that they were going to have the feelings that they felt. And they didn't know how they were going to handle this situation. It's not like this person had a plan. Their plan was, I'm just going to sit here and not do anything, you know, and check out and let you just get aggravated, because I'm not going to participate in your life at all. I'm not going to give you anything. I'm not going to do anything, but I'm going to live here. I'm going to live here, since again, you're giving me a hard time about leaving. You would want me to pay for this and pay for that and do and try to drain me of my money. So I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna like feed off of you. And that's why the karmic is mad, because they're like, I've given enough and you haven't given anything back. And so what they see is, the karmic is seeing, they won, but they didn't win. It's like, meaning like, yeah, you held this person up, but they still don't want to be with you. You couldn't manipulate them back into whatever you did, because if there's someone else there, which is why the karmic is so jealous. Cards are flying out all over the place. They're so jealous that it's not even funny. So let's take a peek and try and go deeper what your person feels, what they're going to do, what type of relationship this is with you and them. I'm not going to give in to fear. I know fear is an illusion. So again, they're like, again, they're nervous about like this karmic. It's almost like this karmic is getting really like emotionally not stable. So in that, they're like, if they have kids, they're like, I don't know, like if I can even leave the kid with this person, because karmic is going ape shit crazy. It's like almost like bipolar. It's bringing up a lot of their childhood shit. So it's like, again, they're getting like abandonment, seeing that they couldn't control, they couldn't manipulate, and they did for a really long time. So I feel like they're feeling like their entire life that, you know, their relationship has been like dormant for on and off for a long time, almost like it would be dormant for a long time. Your person would cheat, want to move forward, and then that karmic would pull them back and manipulate them and make them feel bad. And like I said, they can't do it anymore. But that's why your person's like, I know that you're like, at this point, this is just my fear. And that I can't let it hold me back, because it amazes me when we say the same thing at the same time. Like there's a lot of synchronicities, I feel like, with you and this person. Again, where they never had a connection that was comfortable. I feel like they've always had codependent relationships, like where people come in and they try to like cement themselves into your person's life, because your person has their life together, but they always attract very low vibe people, because I feel like they're codependent. They got into the situation because of that. And I feel like that's why the relationship went toxic. Because when it's codependent, it's, there's no room to go with the flow of a relationship. Relationships are all about, you know, back and forth, back and forth. And that doesn't mean it's like breaking up, but what that means is it's like you both have your own lives and you have a life together. With codependency, it's almost like one person doesn't have a life because emotionally they're giving everything, while the other person, again, is financially paying, which is, I feel like, the dynamic of the karmic in your person's relationship, which is why the karmic's having a shit fit. Because they're not just losing their person, but they're kind of losing their stability. They're losing like their future of what they thought their life was going to be. But it wasn't built on truth, where your person's like, I've been in separation from you for a long time, Scorpio. And so it's like the more time, the more that I see the difference between you and this karmic, and the more that I can feel the difference of what I'm supposed to do. We have past life connection memories are surfacing either consciously or subconsciously. So it is like a past life connection again, which there's a lot of love here, where I don't believe that I believe that who this person is with a karmic, because there was never this deep soulful connection. I feel like, yes, it might have been a one night stand, or it was we dated and then someone got pregnant, or it was like a relationship of convenience. There was, again, or hey, I'm at the right time and age that they, and everything lined up, but it was a mistake because there was no real connection, except the karmic had one, but your person didn't have one. It looks like your person was never strong enough to really set the boundaries. They've always felt guilted and manipulated in a way, but then tried to make it work over time. And now, like you said, they meet a past life, you know, past life soulmate, and it's like they can totally feel the difference. Past lives are influencing our connection. I've lost you in other lifetimes, and that makes me afraid. I need to heal the grief to allow the love to bloom. And again, the grief is also like, guilt, right? It's from guilt to grief. Like I feel so bad about everything. And that's like, again, now I'm in the stage of grief and I'm not going to do anything. And that was part of why this person suppressed their emotions for a long time and drank, because it's like, I feel like I ruined everything with you, Scorpio, but then I'm also feeling so horrible about what I'm doing to this karmic, because I don't really want that person to, like, I don't have passion for this person, but I don't want them to ruin their life either, or feel like their life is ruined, even though we weren't living a a balanced life full of passion. But again, the past life connection is really like influencing them, because it's like they're like, I want more. And it's almost because spirit says this person would never do what they have to do they unless they fell in love with someone, unless they had feelings for someone to actually change. I've been so grounded all my life, it's hard for me to trust the spiritual element of our connection, yet I can't deny they exist. And again, this is um, that what I was saying about the spiritual connection. They never had that before. With the karmic, it's not that type of connection. It's a different connection. It was like one of convenience, one that, again, I'm at the right age, you look great on paper, but we don't have that. It's like you got pregnant, you got whatever it is. It was, but like you said, which is grounded, again, logical, analytical. It just made sense. But then they meet you a past life and the relationship's deep. They can't turn it on and off whenever they want to. It's just always on. And it's like they see the different and they're like, and I've tried to shut it off. I've tried to shut it off. I've tried to meet other people. I've tried to go back to the karmic. I've tried and it doesn't work. And it doesn't, but because again, there's this like I can't control it. And that's the spiritual element that they're like, I don't understand it, but I can't control it. And it's like, I can't deny what it is. It's because it's something that I've never had before. It makes me feel alive. And it's like where, again, the karmic makes me feel drained. Again, union is an energy, not a physical construct. Even when we aren't together, I feel our union. Again, uh, past life connection, any connection, you're gonna have a strong, but this is a very strong spiritual connection. This is not a karmic mate. This is like a soulmate, like a life partner or a twin flame. This is someone that, believe it or not, I really don't feel like has that bad of energy aside from the fact that that they said their relationship was over before it was actually over. But I feel like they did that to try and keep their foot in the door. And also they didn't want to lose you as a person that they could date. They knew if they said that they were still with someone that no one would be interested. But I really do think also that your person was like, I don't have feelings for this person because it's almost like it's different when you know something and then when you go through it and you really know it because just went through the experience. And so again, your person was so detached from their that karmic that it was like they didn't have any feelings anymore. They detached and disassociated because there's so much like not good memories. There's only the nostalgia from like years of being together, but no real passion, no real, experiences that were amazing experiences. And again, very difficult to tell the difference between what guilt is and what love is. So it's the whole process for your person is a lot. But I feel like that was their main thing. I've hurt you and I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me. Understand I was reacting in fear, So that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that I don't really feel as if your person's a bad person. I feel like they're not a strong person. I feel like um it wasn't like how they saw it, it was like a little fib, but if how it looks now, it looks horrible. And this is why your person realizes it's like, again, it's like afraid that you're going to judge them for not doing it right, for not being honest, for not, and just for not leaving this person, for not having strong boundaries. They're embarrassed about all of it, about how they look like not like a strong person, like, and for dragging you into the whole thing and not never meaning to. Because again, never thinking about that karmic. And then also thinking that you might judge them on how they are ending it with this karmic. This person is all like cares too much about what everyone else thinks. But from what I see, it's again, they do care. It's like, and they're trying to figure out like how to make this relationship work. So you are in separation from this person, but they're getting very impatient. I feel like they don't know that they're going to come back or when they're going to come back. They know that they're going to come back. They don't know when they're going to come back. And what it looks like is it's again going to be more of just they're not going to be able, it's going to be when they're just can't take it anymore. Because, like I said, they're growing more and more and more impatient. And it's because as more and more time goes by, they feel like you're over it. And it's because, of, again, the situation they have spent no time, spent time with karmic. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? Because, this is a collective reading. So for some of you, you're not, this is not your person. Again, you're not interested, not your reading. But for those of you that's like, I really do have a connection with this person. And, I just wanted to know what the real intention was. And then the intention was good. Because again, this person like had the right intention. The execution was shit, but the intention was good. And that's what you have to look at, the intention. And then we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? What were we supposed to learn from this situation? Unworthy? These are inner child wounds. So I would say the feeling of unworthiness this person made you feel because again, they weren't really committing, they weren't really giving you time. However, you found the gift of optimism, and I feel like that was your gift, childhood gift that you were always like a very positive person, while that this person was very negative, not knowing how to deal with their situation. I feel like you were optimistic in knowing that this person would eventually figure it out, or holding that because this is a past life connection. There's a very strong connection. So you knowing that that's your person. I feel like there was a sense of believing that, and that's a gift. And that's also mainly because of your intuition. Um, this is organized chaos, and this is self-sabotage. So again, the inner childhood wounds. So organized chaos is when we grow up in an environment that's kind of like it could be an alcoholic family. It could be like just imbalances. However, the home still runs, meaning people go to work, everyone's functioning, but there's problems. And in that, it's an organized chaos, right? But you didn't get what you needed on an emotional level because again there was a lot of imbalances, so you were kind of also taught to sabotage yourself, self-sabotage. And that I believe that you took on the energy of being the fixer, the healer as well. So part of this is you can identify with what this person has gone through, being that person that's been manipulated by family or people that are close to you, and having to set appropriate boundaries because again when you do for other people to the point that you abandon your own wants, needs, desires, that is how you sabotage your life because there's no balance. But it's also for you, you weren't with this person, you detached from this person because you're like, you're not giving me what I need. You're still kind of like trying to figure it out over there, even though you say that it's over, because or figure out how to end it, which it's why should you have to figure it out? Why is there so much time? Like it said, so you let this person have their process, regardless of whether or not you wanted to really let them have their process, where the old you might have tried to go in and do what the karmic did, which is, oh, well, let me come in and again try and cement myself in your life to fix it, or let me help you fix your life. And that's how you would have sabotaged the connection. But you didn't. You were optimistic. You were like, I know that this person is going to do the right thing. And so I feel like you integrated the spiritual lesson. And the spiritual lesson was, I'm not gonna like get into like start anything that's imbalanced. I'm gonna separate. I don't want to do the organized chaos thing where I'm gonna not get the attention that I need. Again, where you make me feel unworthy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be optimistic because I'm not going to self-sabotage myself because I feel you're coming back to me. That's for some of you. And then for others of you, I just feel like it was, again, not to give this person the time, just not to give this person the time. And to, again, put the time into yourself. And I feel like you did do that. And you're optimistic about your future. And you're optimistic about your future with or without this person. So it was a way to get strong within yourself, which I believe that this person, the thing that they admire most is you allowed them to have their process, where the karmic doesn't. That's how they can tell. The karmic's not for me because they are trying to influence me. They're manipulating me. They're controlling me, and they're doing it in all different ways, where I'm starting to realize where you're not even here. I know you're hurt too, and but it's like, and but you're not forcing. So that's a big deal. Lets a person, it builds intimacy. It's trust. I can be vulnerable. I can tell you my feelings without you yelling at me, without you taking it personally. The karmic takes everything personally because, again, on a deep soul's level, that karmic knows that your person's not supposed to be with them. They just are like, no, we're not gonna do this. Like, it's like, you're gonna stay right here. Like, we're not gonna change anything. There's what, you're not getting rid of me. But guess what? What they're seeing is that they don't have a choice. So we asked, is there any other energy that we should know? And this is me. I allow serenity to regain in me. The love I have for myself invites harmony to settle within my being. I listen to honor and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. So right now, while this person is figuring it out, it's all about your energy. And again, still creating yourself. Because I feel like it's a soulmate twin flame relationship. It's your person's making big changes in their life for this. And so they feel like it's divine. I feel like you feel like it's divine too. However, it's also know that when you're getting your twin flame, it's because you both have shadows. And the way that we transmute those shadows is to create. It's through passion. It's through the fire of passion. And that's, again, the one way is when we birth something and we create something. And the other way is, again, through the sexual passion and the chemistry of the fire of the relationship. So, again, what Spirit's saying is you have to continue to heal yourself because, again, you had significant wounds of feeling unworthy growing up. And that did create self-sabotaging behavior where you would then want to fix it. And, you recognize what the karmic has done. You're not that person. You're not that person anymore, but I feel like at one time you were that person. I was the fix-it person. And I always assumed that people were going to treat me the way that I could fix them, that I was going to heal them. And in that, I was the one that always, paid the consequences. So there is an empathy there also towards that karmic because you could see how it's there. However, you're like, you need to move forward for, and let this person, my person, go so that they can have their own life. But you have empathy for them, and that's why I believe it's a spiritual connection, because spiritual connection is not just the past life, but what you're learning. You're learning about how to really display unconditional love for this person, even though they didn't do things the right way. And that's again learning forgiveness, which is again unconditional love, and your person's learning courage, which is a trait of unconditional love. And why are we here in physical form? To learn we're not separate from God, which is the energy of unconditional love. It's the energy of the universe, because that's the universe is all knowing, just like God is all knowing, and there's laws of that. And we need to be in alignment with those laws. But when we have these shadows of feeling unworthy and not good enough, and we get in our way and we undervalue ourselves to the point that we let other people influence our lives to be able to guilt us like that, where we're not living our lives. Well, again, the universe then gets involved and conspires. After a while, when you've paid that karmic debt, which I believe your person paid the karmic debt, now the relationship needed to end. So the universe conspired to bring you into their life to not just help them get out of their situation. Again, that love is inspiring this person, but also to help heal you, to get to make you look at those old childhood wounds so that you could transmute them, so that when this person comes into your life, you're really able to be in a balanced type union, because it won't be codependent, because you learned how to be on your own and get your emotional needs not from them because they weren't around, but from yourself. That's why it was all about you, and it's still all about you until this person comes back into your life. For those of you that want to be with this person, because that's what this story said. Again, for the people that want to be in union. I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. I hope that this wasn't too long, but the readings have been channeled out super long lately, and I don't know why. Well, again, I hope you enjoyed it, even if you found it long. You'll let me know. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.